Hola, mis hermanos y hermanas. No sé todo sobre el aprendizaje de idiomas, pero lo bueno es que hay otras personas que saben cosas buenas que no sé. Aquí hay un buen profesor de lenguas extranjeras. Profesorado de Inglés.
Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger. Falling is all the heavenly glow. Do you understand?
Good day, my friends. It's been almost a week since my last video. I've been a little busy last week. What is today? Monday. I want to talk about something very, very, very important in terms of improving one's intonation and accent in a certain foreign language. So, I had a very interesting conversation with my buddy New Styles, aka Philip. We were basically talking about listening, like how many times one should listen to the audio. And there's also been some other people asking me if I really do listen to the audio for thousands of times. When I had this discussion with Philip the other day, it was interesting. He said that given that he's a beginner in terms of learning languages, tonal languages, Cantonese, Thai, Mandarin, he said that he feels that it is imperative to listen to the audio at least 2,000 times. Now, I've never listened to, I got close to 2,000. I think the most plays I've ever gotten was it 15? About 1,500 plays. I can't remember which language, I think it was Tibetan, but about 1,500 plays. It's interesting that he said 2,000 because he's a beginner of learning tonal languages. I don't think it's a problem doing that. I think if I was a beginner learning, a tonal language, I would probably listen to it 2,000 times. 1,000 is a lot, but hey, 2,000, I will listen to it more. So I would have to agree with him. I agree that at least between 2,000 and 1,500 times one should listen to a particular language, like maybe an audio track. Teach yourself or whatever audio course you have, listen to it like maybe between 2,000 and 1,500 times, and and then shadow it. So for me, I'd like to go to 1,000, but sometimes I find myself going over 1,000 because, like I said, it starts to sound like music, and I can't help it but to listen to it again. So for me, I will go to 1,000, but to some people that's too much. But if you listen to it every day, I think if you listen to like a track for, let's say, one day, you can get up to 500 plays. Just listen to it doing certain things like chores, if you're taking care of babies, anything that it's easy to listen. You just play it over and over and over. You can possibly get up to 500 plays. So I think this is very important, and I think it's a accent reduction too. It will help one's accent when you do this, but again, you have to shadow it. You have to read out loud or make videos. Like, for example, I'll take my Cantonese and compare it to my Mandarin. Now, I've made this comparison before, but a lot of people can see that when you hear my Cantonese, it sounds a lot better than my Mandarin. In terms of intonation, accent, it sounds way better than my Mandarin. And I've gotten this from a lot of native speakers. They tell me that, wow, I listened to your Mandarin video and listened to Cantonese, and it sounds like you actually lived over in Hong Kong somewhere, and that's a big compliment. And this is, like I said, there's always a bigger picture to why things are the way they are, Like for Mandarin, when I first started learning that, no listening. not much listening. Now I got to hear the language a lot when I practiced with native speakers, but I didn't listen to audio that much. So when I speak, it sounds like you can tell that I haven't been doing a whole bunch of listening. That why is because because of the lack of listening. So I put in a lot of time listening to Cantonese, my teacher self, listening to it 500,000 times, and shadowing, and it has helped me. It helped my pronunciation, my tones. So that's why it's very important to do this. Now, there's really no shortcuts. Like when it comes to this, there are no shortcuts when it comes to listening. You just have to put the time in and listen to the material over and over and over again. Listen to podcasts, listen to news or whatever. Some people say it's noise, but no, I don't think it's noise. Like some people say it's noise because you can't understand, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is not if you understand it. The point is helping you to become accustomed to those sounds, intonations, basically those sounds. It's just like a child. It's basically like a child. When the first year, the first month when a child is born, child's not speaking, just exposed to all these different sounds, and they're just listening to everything. That's how you got to do it. And eventually, there's going to come a point in time when you start speaking, you're going to be able to produce those sounds. You just have to do a whole bunch of listening. This is very, very important. And I hope from my videos, I've shown some great examples. Again, my Cantonese and Mandarin. Mandarin, no listening. Okay, no, not much listening, but Cantonese, a whole lot of listening. And you can tell the difference. You can hear the difference between those two languages. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make a second part, but it's going to be through Camtasia because I want to show you guys the plays. Some people don't believe that I'm sitting up here listening to audio that many times, but I am. And you have to listen to the whole track. You can't just begin listening to the track and it counts. You have to listen to the entire track and then it will count. I will show you guys in the next part. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this first part. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Other than that, thanks for viewing, and I'll see you guys in the second half.
Okay guys, while we're on the topic of listening and plays, I want to show you guys an application that is very, very useful when it comes to keeping track of the number of times you listen to a certain audio program. As you can see, this program here, it is called Statistics. Let me see. Statistic. It's basically a program that tracks the number of plays you listen to a certain audio program. So let me show you real quick before we get to the last part of the video. So you have genre, 5 genres, 5. This is. Hope you guys see that. 5 decades. Let's see, ratings, artists, albums, and songs. So I'll just go ahead and put. Let's say I'll just do artists for now. Hold on. Okay. So those are all the tracks under the artist. Teach Yourself, Living Language, Hippocrane. Those are different artists. Okay. So I'll go to something like, let's see here. I'll go to Living Language. Let's try Living Language. And as you can see, number of times played. You click on that. Duration, skip count, play count, track number, genre. So yeah, it's very good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. Yeah, my daughter started crying as soon as she was so quiet. As soon as I started making this video, Murphy Law, huh? Murphy Law. But yeah, this it's called Statistic. If you guys have an iPhone, you might want to check this out. I noticed, the only thing I noticed about this is like here it says 964 plays, but when I plug it in on my over on my computer, the play count is higher. So I don't know why it does that sometimes. But I mean, it's still good. It tracks the number of times you listen to the audio. So yep, that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and make the last part. And yes.